Hello, my name is Rachel and I'm here today to film my book haul for December. So I have actually just put up a video that was my Christmas book haul, but it was specifically the books I got on Christmas Day because I got quite a lot of books in December. So I kind of wanted to split it up so that I didn't feel like as much of a bad person having a huge pile of books. So this is my book haul for December that wasn't anything to do with Christmas. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books to show you. I don't think they hit the bank too much, and some of them I felt like I had to buy. Doesn't every reader feel like they have to buy books? But you'll see, you'll understand what I mean in a minute. The first 3 books that I bought off the back of finishing a book and being like, I really need to buy this book because I loved it, and then I was on Amazon and just added some more to the cart, as you do. So it was Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World by Ashley Herring Blake. This book is wonderful. I read this in November. It is about a little girl who is kind of figuring out that she is an LGBT person. I don't think she ever figures out specifically what she is. She does figure out that she likes girls. It's very clear that she likes girls, and she doesn't seem to like boys at all, so she probably is a lesbian, but I don't think she ever says that because she's quite young in this, and I feel like that's something you kind of come to terms with in puberty. She's not hit puberty yet. So yeah, we're following Ivy, who's 12, and her house gets hit by a tornado, gets destroyed, and while it's getting destroyed she also loses a lot of her artwork, and her artwork is always secret because it's her drawing pictures of her holding hands with girls, and she doesn't know why, but she's really embarrassed about that and she doesn't want anyone to see it. These get stolen from her and she starts getting blackmailed by someone who has found her pictures, and so it's all about that. This is an absolutely wonderful story. I absolutely love it. It is a book that features an LGBT plus story, but it's like middle grade children's story, and I just think that's really important. There aren't many of them out there, so I was super excited when I read this. I listened to it on audiobook and was literally like, I need to get this immediately because I love it. So we got a copy of that. And then obviously, like I said, when I was doing that I was looking at the suggested, and one of the suggested was also a middle grade book for children, and it is Hurricane Child by Kaysen Calendar. Kaysen? Are we going for Kaysen? I don't know. This got the Stonewall Honour book, which is quite impressive. Go book. So this is another one about a 12-year-old. It is about Caroline Murphy, who is a hurricane child because she was born during a hurricane. They are trying to figure out why Caroline's mother has disappeared or risk losing her forever. It doesn't really say anything about her being queer or about this being a queer story, but I'm pretty sure it is. I looked it up on Goodreads before I bought it, and it has a Stonewall award. Of course it's gay. But yeah, I'm super excited for this because I really loved that one, and I loved specifically that it was a book for children. It's definitely one that I want to order for the library that I work in because I work in a school library. Yeah, not even just for people who might figure out that they're a gay person at school, but also just for other people early on being aware of LGBT plus people will definitely make you more accepting as an adult, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, got those, really excited about it. And then the other book that I picked up when I was picking those up was Moonstruck by Grace Ellis, Shea Beagle. This is volume 1, Magic to Brew. Now I have read the first little chapter in here and I didn't absolutely love it, but what I did find was that I wasn't really in it at the time, and I think there was something else I wanted to read, and I was reading this one, and yeah, I just don't think I was giving it much of a chance. So I am actually going to start this again because I don't like stopping in the middle of graphic novels either. So I'm going to start this again from the beginning and read it and see how it goes. But this is about a little cafe run by, I think she's a werewolf and she's the one who works there. And then it's about her and her new girlfriend. Oh yeah, they have a disastrous first date which ends with the magician casting a horrible spell on their friend. It's just about them kind of being cute and gay, which is what I want. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. My dad's just put the radio on downstairs because he's cooking, so if you can, sorry. I'm not going to tell him to turn it off because he's making my tea, so that'd be a bit rude. The next 3 books are the ones that I was like, I kind of felt like I had to buy books. So if you're a person who went to school in the UK, knows anything about schools in the UK, you will probably be aware of this, but if you aren't, there is a company called Scholastic and they will deliver a book fair to your school. So it comes in boxes, you can open them and sell books, and then you basically, however much you make, they will give you 25% of that amount in free books that you can take from the book fair once it finishes and have for free for your school. So if you made £100, you would get to take £25 of books off those carts. So it's a really good way to, number one, make money for them, like promote literacy in schools, and then also to get free books for your school. So we had one in December at the school that I worked at, so obviously I wanted to buy some books because buying books means that you're giving free books to the school. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't feel bad about spending money there. So the first one I got, I'm very disappointed because I really wanted to read it before Christmas and I didn't, because I wasn't reading over Christmas because I got a stupid girlfriend. She's lovely, but you know, it fucked up my reading. Anyway, it is The Christmasaurus and the Winter Witch by Tom Fletcher. So I read The Christmasaurus and absolutely loved it about 2 or 3 years ago. The new one's out. I really wanted to read it. So I'm not really going to say what this is about, but the first one was about William Trundle, him sort of finding this dinosaur who lived in the North Pole, and yeah, it was very like magical and lovely, and I really enjoyed it. And it also has a disabled main character, which I think is super cool, especially for a children's book. So I was really excited when this was coming out and really wanted to buy it. So I got that one. The other two I picked up, I haven't really heard that much about, but I thought they looked alright. The first one is The Wizard of Once by Cressida Cowell, Twice Magic. Cressida Cowell is the one who writes all the How to Train Your Dragon books. And yeah, I just thought this looked cool. It's got like little illustrations throughout the story. So this doesn't actually say much about what it's about on the back. It just says witches are creating havoc in the wildwoods, but Wish and Zar might have found the spell to get rid of them. Can they work together to find the ingredients to wipe out the greatest evil ever? Honestly, I just thought the cover looked really cool. So I decided to buy it. That's pretty much it. And then we have one that I'm super excited for. So it is Arisha and the End of Time by Roshani Chokshi. So this sounds amazing. So in this we follow Arisha, and basically her mum works in a museum and she wants to impress her friends at school who are like really uppity and stuff. So she lights this candle thing, the lamp of Barata, in the museum to impress her friends, but it's supposed to be cursed, and it's all about like, oh no, it's cursed, you've set free a demon, what are you gonna do? At the bottom it says, but how is one girl in Spider-Man pyjamas supposed to do all this, like save the world? She's accompanied by a wisecracking pigeon and her long-lost half-sister. She must find reincarnations of the 5 Pandava brothers and journey through the kingdom of death. Like, this sounds immense. This sounds really cool. Like, it's good for me to get some children's books as well. If this is good, I'll order some copies for the library I work in. So really this is work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just buying books for me. It's work. I just have to. Sorry. Am I convincing anyone? Probably not. Next book that I got really cheap. It was on sale in WH Smith's, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. It is A Sting in the Tail by Dave Goulson, and this is a nature non-fiction book about David Goulson and his like obsession with bees, I think. So it says, once commonly found in the marshes of Kent, the short-haired bumblebee now only exists in the wilds of New Zealand, the descendants of a few queen bees shipped over in the 19th century. David Coulson's passionate drive to reintroduce it to its native land is one of the highlights of a book that includes exclusive research into these curious creatures, history's relationship with the bumblebee, and advice on how to protect it for all time. I just think that sounds super cute, and I've been trying to get into some nature writing at the end of 2019, going really well, really enjoying reading Foxes Unearthed. I've got my Penguin Year to read as well, super excited for that. So I'm excited for this one as well, and it ties into my reading goals for the year because I want to try and read a non-fiction book a month. This could be one of them. And then the last book I have to show you is one I didn't buy, so go me. It is The Testament by Margaret Atwood. So this is just insane to me. So my cousin goes to secondary school. His mum was talking to my mum, and she was talking about an author that was visiting. She's like, oh yeah, Margaret Atwood's coming into the school. And my mum told me, and I was like, no, she's not. You, like, you've misheard her. She's talking about someone else. Margaret Atwood's not going into the school. Like, one of the biggest best-selling authors of all time from Canada is not travelling all the way over here to go to some like shitty little school in the north. Like, that's not happening. You've heard her wrong. She had not heard her wrong. All of the kids got a free copy of the Testaments. And I was just like, are you joking? Like, can you please give me the number of that librarian so I can like ask them every question under the sun of why they're so good at the job? Like, how the hell did they get Margaret Atwood to come into the school? How the hell did they have the budget to pay for a visit from Margaret Atwood? I cannot understand it. Even more annoying, my cousin wasn't bothered, doesn't really like reading, doesn't care about Margaret Atwood. He was like, means nothing to me. I was like, oh, that doesn't hurt at all that you got the opportunity to listen to Margaret Atwood talk and you didn't care. That's totally fine. But it does mean his free copy of the Testaments went to me. So very excited for that. I haven't read The Handmaid's Tale yet. This is the sequel to The Handmaid's Tale. Obviously, I feel like most people know that at this point. So I'm hoping to try and read The Handmaid's Tale this year because I'm trying to do that classics community challenge that Lucy from, what's the channel called? Lucy and Books? No, it's not that. What's it called? I feel like you know who I mean. Lucy Powery with all the classics. I can't remember what her channel's called. I'm trying to do the challenge that she's doing where you read a classic a month. So I want to try and read The Handmaid's Tale for one of my classics and then hopefully pick this one up. So super excited to have a copy of this. So there are all the books I got in December, barring my Christmas books. I don't actually think that's that bad because I had to buy books from the book fair because I'm literally the librarian running the book fair. If I didn't buy any books, like, why would anyone else? You know, one of them was free. One of them was only £3. You know, I feel like it's not that bad. Not convincing anyone at all, and not even convincing myself. But they're all the books I got. If you've read any of these, let me know down below if they are any good, if you enjoyed them, if you didn't. And yeah, we'll see you in my next video. Bye!